folks that get into BDSM don't want to fit into the construct. They would never go shoot up a Walmart or something like that because they're not trying to be blue pill. They freed themselves, unplugged from the system, so they're not trying to be blue pill. So they would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that they took the red pill is because inside the blue pill world they were frustrated. Now, if they continue to be inside the blue pill, they might have shot people up. The
Mm-hmm.
thing is, they freed themselves. Said, let me do what I want, and explore myself to where I'm not frustrated. Let me be myself, which is really what the red pill is. Let me get outside the construct so I can make it work for me. Now, black pill, most people are not black pill. 99% of the people are not. I would say 99.9% of people are not black pill. They can't take it because you're going to have some kind of rules. Basically, when the Oracle told Neo that he's seeing the world without time. In other words, he's actually seeing the fabric of the universe. Most people can't see that.
Excuse me, could you give us a quick definition of black pill? I'm going to write it down. I want to know this stuff.
Black pill is actually the death of morality. Okay, it's actually the death of morality. You actually see the fabric of morality. Morality is actually a construct so that people can get along. Okay, and how you construct your society with morals, with rules, is how the society is actually going to operate. Neo really didn't swallow the whole black pill until he actually got into the meeting, went through the door light, got into the meeting with the architect, and the architect actually told him what the matrix actually was and gave him a choice. He refused that choice, and right after that, Neo rescued his girl, which is Trinity, and then the moment we actually felt it is basically when he got it, when they were getting ready to get bombed and the Sentinels were actually going to attack them. He said, something's changed. I can feel them. He was actually seeing the source of the Matrix. That's when he swallowed the black pill. He said, now I know what I have to do. Jesus Christ took the black pill the same way at the Garden of Gethsemane. He said, I would like for this cup to pass me over. I would love for this cup to pass me over, but the thing is, I know what I have to do. Let thy will be done. He actually went on the cross anyway because he knew that's what needed to be done. Same way that Neo went back to the machine city, sacrificed himself the way he's supposed to, and actually went into the back into the source because that's the way it's supposed to happen. And now I know what I have to do. That is the black pill. Now, some people like Smith swallowed it and said, basically, I'm going to tear the whole system down. Okay, just like the Joker did. So I put it up like Shane in 19. That's like everybody remembers Comeback Shane, right?
Cowboy.
The cowboy movie. Shane said to the little boy after he shot Wilson, right?
Mm-hmm.
He said, you can't live with a killing. And he said good and bad is a brand. In other words, it's a brand that we choose on one side or another. It's a construct. And I can't stay here because I've decided that I have to be who I am. I am not that good guy, right? I have to accept that killing. I know I can't stay here because you don't allow guns and you don't allow this kind of energy in your community. So I have to leave. And if you look at philosophy, this stuff plays out throughout all the philosophy. It's not nothing new. We can call it a
recurring theme.
We can call it stoicism. Call anything you want. BDSM is not new. It's been around as long as human beings have been around. It happened in Rome. Rousseau, who is one of our favorite philosophers, he was actually a masochist. Okay, he loved getting beaten. He loved exposing himself in front of people. That's who he was. But he was actually a great philosopher. Okay, he wanted to be who he was. But the thing is, he started modern liberalism.
Okay, I'm just saying, but even in BDSM, there's still ethics and protocol that have to be upheld because there's a lot of risk involved. That's why trust and openness is so important in that lifestyle. That's all I wanted you to see. That's all I wanted you to see. That's the only thing I was trying to say.
In other words, you deconstructed the old blue pill memes, right? That was the ones that you're born in, right?
All right, quick definition of blue pill.
Let me finish talking to her, okay?
Sorry.
Thank you. If you get into a lifestyle, that's like I'm a Gnostic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that would be considered red or black pill. I unplug from the matrix. That's like I understand it. I unplug from the matrix. I have to be who I am, be what I want to be outside of the outside of the rules that they give us. Right? If you're into a different lifestyle like BDSM or any one of another lifestyles, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What you do is said, I'm not going to go. I'm going to adjust the rules that I live by that I've been taught in society. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So now for this environment to work, I have to reconstruct what other rules, right? Other rules of engagement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the people that actually construct those rules have to be black pill. I have to understand how human beings work, how they interact, and what we're trying to do, and construct morals and rules and guidelines for this lifestyle. That is black pill. But you have to have an understanding of how morality and existence is actually constructed. They actually do it. Buddhists do it all the time.
Okay.
What do you think Buddhist meditation does? Basically, you have to get to the center point where there's no mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because your body, your thinking, your feelings, all the vibrations are not real. Okay, this is a universal construct where the universe has put you together in a certain form for a certain existence. But if you go back to the no mind or the still point, you actually get in touch with the universe and know how the universe is actually constructed. That's when you actually get to the darkness or that's why they call it the black pill. The darkness, the void, or what they call dark matter, or the black, is actually feminine. That's actually the underlying nature of everything, right? That's not the template, but that is the material. And now you have to construct out of the material a reality. Okay, that's like, I mean, when you hit the bell, when you hit the gong, the singing bowl that you ring in Buddhism is actually supposed to basically represent the original sound of the universe as it's being made. That's the It's supposed to actually represent the which actually started the vibration, actually created what we call reality. That is what I'm talking about. When I say black pill, that's what I'm talking about. You're trying to get to that point. Everybody can't get to that point. Everybody shouldn't get to that point. That's like most of the people in the matrix stayed there, okay? Because it's already a constructed reality. So when I say black pill on this channel, that's what I mean.
Well, that's the distinction. And to the person in the chat who said I was here to teach men in a male space, I'm here to ask questions. That's why I joined the panel.
Don't read the chat, okay? It's me and you. It's me and you.
That's why I joined, because I wanted to ask you. Like, It's so funny. Like, I not once became contentious with you or anything. I'm just, anyway. Like,
no, she understands what I'm saying, Marcus. She understands what I'm saying.
Oh God, men, like, I don't know.
Well, it's not just men; it's everybody.
It's not even men. It's just certain people. I'll just say it's just certain people. But.
They have to get the thing is that space is not for them. Okay?
But I didn't come to challenge you.
No.
I came to have a discussion with you, and I can't even are men and women not allowed to have discussions anymore?
What did I say? Don't look at the chat. You're talking to me. Don't look at the chat. You're talking to me.
Stupid.
No, don't look at the chat. You're talking to me. They're not part of this conversation. You're talking to me. All right.
Okay.
So it's I want to understand the psychology of why people do what they do, but there's always a root. Okay. There's always something in them that said, what is your trigger? Why you do what you do? Now, BDSM is no different than a monk wearing a hairsuit or basically whipping themselves with a cat o' nine tails, right? Because they're trying to feel something, extract something, put themselves in a different consciousness. Same way the marathon monks starve themselves without food or water for 9 days, right? They're trying to put themselves in a different consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that what I'm thinking is that you explore what you explore because you're trying to get a different reality, explore a different reality, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, it's a different avenue to do it. But the thing is, it's basically the same thing, same recurring thing. People have different ways of doing it. Bungee jumping, mountain climbing. Basically, the Native Americans used to put hooks in their skin and be elevated and hang there for 3 or 4 days, right? For days, right?
They call that flesh pull.
Flesh pull, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it's just a recurring thing. Now, why you do it and why you have to do it, it's not for everybody, right?
Right.
In other words, you have to. That's something that you have to explore or want to explore. That you're going to put yourself through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not even basically human beings are human beings. They do things for basically the same reason. They might explore different avenues, but they do it for the same reason.
Okay, well, that's, I don't know. I'll just leave. That's all I wanted to say. I don't want to be accused of invading a male space or anything.
If you're worried about, basically, you announced BDSM. If you can do that, being accused of being in a male space is nothing. You feel me?
Yeah.
I mean, you've already said you're outside the norm. But we'll go ahead and Beasley, jump in.
What's wrong with all that?
No, what I'm saying is she's emailing me and said, why don't you just come on and ask me live? We can have a discussion.
You had to forgive me for a second. I thought I was about to do some amateur dentistry on some young little punks.
No, okay. No, well, that's not necessary. Hope it wasn't necessary.
I found hold on, I'm on mute.
Okay. But the thing is, when we get into, you can't do esoteric philosophy or esoteric discussion over a chat.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. What you do? When I say black pill, in fact, there was a guy that was already on there talking about what black pill was. I said, why don't you get on and discuss it? He wanted to get on and discuss it because he's not into esoteric philosophy, but you have to actually understand it. Because the themes keep playing over and over again. If you know what the source is, there's just recurring things with the same thing. Male and female and all that stuff. Just recurring recurring patterns of the same basic thing. It's just with a little different sauce here or there.
The reoccurring themes work on your subconscious.
The recurring themes are actually patterns inside your subconscious. Okay. Now, whether some people ignore them or suppress them or decide that they don't want to explore them. Some people say, you know what, it bothers me enough to actually explore it. I want to find an avenue to actually explore it. Some people get high to do it. That's why they take peyote. They want to get outside the matrix of their mind. Some people do it by meditation or fasting. There's lots of ways to do it.
I did both today.
You fasted?
I'm on the second day.
You
shouldn't talk about it. This is a rough time.
When you fast,
that's why I'm so nice. That's why I'm so chill.
So when you fast, you get into a different. Your body starts pumping you with endorphins. You get into a different state of consciousness.
Mm-hmm. I like this other person. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, it kind of reminded me of an analogy my brother used. He was like, "Some people smoke crack. I read books." Right.
Right.
So yeah. But anyway, yeah.
So it's I think the movies and what they put out in porn about BDSM is probably far more dangerous than anything I could say.
It actually is, because it's supposed to be a tool used for freedom, but people are using it for the wrong reasons, and people are using it for very empty reasons, and that's why I felt so personal when you said what you said, because I lacked an understanding and I jumped to a conclusion that probably wasn't true, because of my own personal ignorance, whatever it may have been, but at least I had the courage to come on. But I wanted to understand and have the conversation, because it is live, and I think that people need to know, because maybe something I said could have caused somebody else to have the wrong idea too.
And I said BDSM has a little bit, not a lot, a little bit of black pill. That's what I said. A little bit. I didn't say a lot. I am black pill. Okay, most Lindy, who's a sub, he's black pill. Okay, because we understand the nature of the world. I mean, we really do. And the thing is, you have to get to the point where you don't attach morals to it. It just is what it is, and you have to understand why people do what they do.
I understand
and why things happen. That's what. That's and most people aren't. Most people say they're black pill aren't. Most people say that they're red pill aren't.
The problem with that, BGS, is that people look at this. People look at black and red and blue pill as a red badge of courage, so to speak. Like it's the fun thing to be. No, you don't. See, being red pill or black pill can be burdensome.